Hey, what's going on? I was gonna make a video to show some stuff I've picked up in the last month. This is for June. I don't know if this is a lot or about average, but just figured I'd make a video before I start getting busier close to the end of the month and close to the 4th of July. I think I have some Switch games up here at the top. Sorry for the bad camera work. Not in any particular order. I think Sonic Racing was $19.99 at Best Buy. Picked that up just because I was interested in kind of like a similar Mario Kart-esque racing game. I don't have a lot of prior knowledge with the Sonic line of racing games. I know that there were a few that have been released during like the 360 and Wii U era. I think there was at least one or two, and then this one for the Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4. I played it a little bit. I would much rather use my time just playing through Mario Kart, whichever Mario Kart 8, I think, playing through that time and time again, because that's just such a good racing game. Darksiders 2, I ended up picking up. I don't know how many copies I have of this. I have 360 version, PlayStation 3 version. I picked up an Xbox One version of it, and now Switch. I tried getting into it just like as handheld mode, and I play all my Switch games in handheld mode, and I was thinking I would play it before going to bed at night. I probably put in like 2 hours into it, and it's a game that I've always tried and gotten so far, and then stopped playing, and then tried and got so far and then stopped playing. I'm always willing to say good things about it, but I've never gotten to the point of like just beating the game. I don't know why. There's just so many other games that just occupy my time, but yeah, I do value it as a good game. I just have never beaten it before. Untitled Goose Game was a GameStop. It came down at a decent price. I think I got it for under $19.99. That was a game that I wanted to make sure I found before it got harder to find. It was a game that Walmart was clearancing out. If you don't follow Walmart clearance, there was kind of a phase in the last few weeks where Walmart was phasing out some clearance games, and some of them went down to 3 cents. And but they would put, there was like a hold message on registers that would basically say "do not sell." But some people I was reading on forums were getting lucky finding it for 3 cents at Walmart's, and then workers like overriding it and then just selling it. But I was not lucky enough to get this for 3 cents. There are a whole bunch of other games that people were trying to finagle to get for 3 cents, but I was not one of them. I tried though. I actually found at least 2 Walmarts that had these, and then it rang up the same situation, 3 cents, and then they're like, "We can't sell this to you," and then they don't give me a reason. But I try not to act outraged because I already knew that was going to probably happen. Aces of Luftwaffe is a game I have for PlayStation 4. I bought it like 2 years ago, and then I figured that this is a fairly decent shooter that it's the kind of shooters that I prefer a lot. This is a lot more slower paced. Some people were not really wild about it just because it kind of comes across as almost like an Android phone game. But it's got a lot of unique ideas to it. If you've actually ever played it, it tries to do some things that are different than I've ever seen in a shooter. A lot of shooters just try to be straightforward and not try to stray away from the path, because a lot of shmup fans are very opinionated, and this one try to do some things that are different. I've realized too that there's two different campaigns. So like I only played through the one campaign, and then I wanted to play this because it's a handheld game basically, and it was fun when I remember playing it 2 years ago, and so I was playing this a little bit. It wasn't expensive too. That was one of the reasons why. This is an imported version, if you can't see that there. I used my situation like on eBay. If I don't know if I've ever mentioned about this, or if this is just common knowledge and everybody knows about this, but if you put a game in your carts on eBay, a lot of times if it's an item that a seller has sold multiple copies of the same game, like a warehouse eBay seller, they sometimes will send you a discounted price. Like they'll say, hey, we noticed that you have this in your cart. Here's $5 off. I think this is exactly what happened for this game. It ended up being like less than $12. It might have been around like $17.99 or $18 or something like that. And then they sent me like, here's $5 off incentive to make the purchase. And so it's just like, okay, I'll just, that's not that bad. Okay, other games here. A couple PlayStation 4 games. Ghost of Tsushima, and then Odin Sphere I picked up on the same day. This was a part of the State of Play or whatever their Sony's June like PlayStation celebration thing. GameStop had the price down to I think $39.99, and then I used a $5 coupon, and then I also was able to get when you do a game that's $29.99 and above, you get I think it's like 30% off another used game. So this was in there, and I was really looking to try to pick this up and not have to pay all that much and try to find it in pretty good shape. And so I was lucky to find this. This isn't something that you easily just walk into all GameStops and see all that much anymore. It's an Atlas game, Odin Sphere. Odin Sphere is interesting because it's like, how many games can say they're on the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, and the PlayStation 4? Because it quietly got a PlayStation 3 release at the very, very tail end of the PlayStation 3's lifespan, and then it ended up just getting a port on PlayStation 4, which was probably sold better. But I'm kind of kicking myself because today when I'm recording this is Amazon Prime Day, and I saw that this is brand new $29.99 on Amazon Prime. But I'm pretty sure that like they gave me this like nice little plastic protector sleeve thing. I don't know really why. The one GameStop I went to is actually pretty nice. It's one of the stores that they were telling me it was one of the like I don't want to say experimental stores, but they're starting to like experiment with new ideas of things they're trying to sell, and that one is definitely more top of the line compared to some other ones I've been to in my area. So they're like adding new things that they're trying to sell, like definitely more like PC gaming related stuff, even stuff that's like geared towards YouTube. People are trying to get involved with like streaming and stuff like that. But anyway, I have yet to start this just because it is a pretty big download, I think. 45 gigs. I'm just waiting to play that one. I'm just going to pick them off what I got here. Walked into a Goodwill and found these two. This one's sealed. I'm not really a huge Walking Dead TV show fan. I stopped watching it after like the third season, and then once it started getting like ridiculously gory. I just was done with it. But I really was a big fan of like the first and second seasons. I think they were really well done as far as how they were filmed and everything like that. I was real big on the comics when they came out too, so I was like trying to read the comics at the same time that the TV show was airing. And it's crazy to think that this show is over 10 years old. But then I also had heard some buzz about this movie. They're getting a sequel, and I just randomly was lucky enough to find that at a Goodwill. So maybe check that out. And it's supposed to be a horror movie. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I'm still loving the fact that like I can go to Goodwill now and Blu-rays, they just charge the same as DVDs. So like getting them for like 60 some cents is really cool. These are eBay purchases. Interested in trying to get some more like dungeon crawler Xbox games. Well, just any dungeon crawler game. I used to play this game so much back with my friends. That would have been high school, early 2000s. And it was something that I was considering trying to play with my son. I don't remember how much that really is seriously an M-rated game or not. I don't remember. I remember playing it, but I don't really remember like what would be making it tough for. Well, I probably should play that one by himself just to be safe. Since my son is not yet 6 yet. This one I don't have a lot of knowledge with, but I do know it's kind of more of like a basic Champions of Norath kind of Dungeons and Dragons kind of dungeon crawler. I've never played this one, but they both were relatively cheap. It's crazy about this one. I've found it several times at thrift stores over the years, even in like yard sales and stuff. But it was always like beat the heck. I'll just say it as that. That I would never buy it because there was always something wrong with it. Like discs were screwed up, or the cases were just almost looked like a lawnmower ran over them kind of thing. So I just ended up got it on eBay, and it wasn't that bad. What is this? Oh yeah, this is stuff from today. Well, actually not this one. These two are from today. This was a Goodwill. I'm really close to finding almost all the James Bond movies. That has been kind of like a side objective over the last like 3-4 years. I have a note on my phone that like keeps track of the ones I have and the ones I don't have. I think the Roger Moore ones are the ones that you would think that would be those would be the ones that you'd see all the time, because people aren't as big of a fans as the Connery ones. But I surprisingly have a lot of the Connery ones. I'm looking at them on my shelf right now. But the Roger Moore ones are the ones I don't have a whole lot of. Some of the Pierce Brosnan. I was trying to think what his name. Some of the Pierce Brosnan ones I don't have just because I see them I see them relatively often. I just don't ever pick them up because I don't know. I don't really think I was really that big of a fan, and I'm not real wild about. I'll watch the older ones just because it's been a long time since I've seen a lot of the older ones, but yeah, was that Timothy Dalton? It's this one. Yeah, the Timothy Dalton ones, I think I'm missing. I can't remember if he did 3 or 4. I think he did like at least 2 or 3. But I think I'm missing one more of his. But anyway, these two I picked up today: Garbage Pail Kids, the movie, and then Need for Speed Underground 2. If I don't have this, I'll keep it. But if I have it, I picked these up with the intention of probably putting them on eBay. I'm accumulating like a good pile of stuff to sell for the summer. It's going to keep me occupied through like June and July. But I'll have to start putting some of the stuff on eBay. I've kind of taken like a month off from selling, but I've been pretty actively selling for like the last like 6 months. Actually, I condensed my PlayStation collection. I used to have them on 2 shelves, and now I'm down to just that one. And then I put all my Switch games there. But I've been selling a lot of the stuff that I just feel it's time to downsize and saving money and not really taking the money to buy it or buy for anything. But the other thing to mention, I brought this in. I had this in my shed, and then I've been playing this a lot lately. It's a nice, fits in there fairly nicely. Doesn't take up a lot of space, and I've been playing all sorts of games on this lately. I put this together a year ago, which I was thinking about how crazy it was. Like, it's been a year since I put this together, and how I just kind of got in a zone to just put it together, and it still works. I was nervous I kept it in my shed all summer last year, and there were some days where I have a thermometer in there, and it was like pushing 110, 115, almost 120 degrees some days in there. So, having like technology, like a TV, and then like wires and the Raspberry Pi was something I was a little bit nervous about keeping in there. So it doesn't really take up a lot of space, so it's working well here. I built the table and stuff that it's sitting on, so just made sure that it fits on there properly. And yeah, my little girl, I don't even think she even knew that I had this. So her little eyes were like lighting up that it's like a Christmas tree with like the lights on and everything. So there's been some times where she's just sitting on my lap watching me, just not understanding what's going on, but thinking it's crazy. I figured I'd show this too. This is just a pile of some games I've been playing lately. I'll just go through this quickly. I beat this the other day. I have this on Wii U. I never beat this before, but powered through this, and it really wasn't that hard to beat, to be honest, actually. But glad to be able to. I haven't really been beating very many games. I've been playing a lot of games, but I haven't really been powering through to beat very many games. Been playing Diablo 3 a little bit, and then Ys Origins a little bit. Just really good action RPGs. Diablo 3 is a huge time commitment. Okay, hold on to that one because that's a good one to talk about. PlayStation 4 games. I've been playing a little bit of Trials of Mana. I haven't played that in like a week, but that's a good grindy RPG. It's a lot of fun. Pretty monotonous, but still fun. I started playing this over the weekend, and I'm enjoying this a lot more. This is a great example of a game that, when it came out on the last generation of consoles, it was like it needed a fresh a fresh coat of paint to do it a better justice, I think, and it runs more smoothly too. So I never really stuck with it on I think I have it on 360. But it's a lot more charming of a game when you give it a chance on systems that are going to handle it a little better. So I do find it enjoyable. It's not a very intimidating RPG. I think there's some action RPGs out there that are pretty intimidating, and like you got to devote a lot of time and energy in figuring out how it all works. This is a pretty good RPG to jump into if you want a more simplistic one. I think that's the same way with Trials of Mana too. That's one of the reasons why I've been focusing on them, because they're more enjoyable, because they're not too exhausting. Started playing some of these lately. Mafia is one I played a few weeks back, but I have been playing it recently. Borderlands 3 I played starting last week, and I've been enjoying it. I'm probably going to put it down and move away from it, just because it tries to do things that really suck you in to just eat up hours, and a lot of fetch quests that's like, is this really worth my time kind of stuff, and it's not. Started playing this Saturday and have been just obsessed with it, and rightfully so. I just love the Dead Space games, and I think that the thing that draws me into replaying Dead Space is not necessarily like speed running, but just that it's such an interesting storyline. The what you're doing is enjoyable. Um, it's just a very well put together series, and it's such a shame that they stopped making them. Even if it just rebooted the series, I think would be really great. It's just there's just money on the table that they're just missing out on. It doesn't surprise me though with EA. But anyway, I'm gonna stop here. I got stuff I gotta do today. I think I gotta mow the grass here. Tell me what you've been playing lately, what you've been picking up, and I will catch you next time.